Well, the big news today, wildfires and the threat for more of them. We'll get to Kristen's fire forecast in just a minute, but first, you should know about a new fire that's burning here in the Carson National Forest right now. The Midnight Fire, as it's called, started yesterday afternoon. It's already burned about 250 acres near Cuesta. Now, forest workers are warning campers in Valle Vidal, McChrystal, and Cimarron campgrounds to get ready to evacuate if this fire gets worse. Now we go to Kristen and Elizabeth. We certainly hope that doesn't happen, ladies.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, let's talk about the fire danger now. The fire, for example, that is burning in the Sandias Mountains has raised the fire danger to high there.
That's right. And today we have red flag warnings across much of northeastern, east central parts of the state. Albuquerque not included in that. It's mainly east of the Central Mountain chain, then down toward the Guadalupe Mountains and just east of the Sacramentos. This is where we're going to see the strongest wind combined with the driest air. So we're going to have very dry conditions. Winds are going to be out the west and southwest, anywhere from 20 to 30 miles an hour, gusting to 40 miles an hour. We're also going to see strong winds up in the northern mountains too, even though they're technically not under that fire danger. So any fires going right now certainly will have that potential to get worse, and we certainly don't want to get any new ones started. Relative humidity dropping. We're anywhere from 20 to 40% for the most part this morning. It's going to get a lot lower through the day, and we're going to have another warm day on top of that. All the details on how hot it's going to get today, also on the cool down that's moving in, coming up in your full forecast next.
In other news this morning, the election is now just 13 days away, and one race for the state house here in New Mexico has become focused on a very strange video. Take a look at this. It's on YouTube. It shows Mary Ellen Broderick here throwing water over herself, pretending it's gasoline, and making strange sounds. She says it's just a parody of something Glenn Beck said on his TV show on Fox News, and she never meant for most people to see it. Well, now she's blaming her opponent, incumbent Nate Gentry, there for showing it off, but he says the video was already on YouTube, so there's nothing wrong with that.
I sacrifice myself to the gods.
This video was posted by her for the whole world to see. So, you know, just because she regrets posting it doesn't mean I'm responsible.
Both Nate Gentry and Mary Ellen Broderick agree the race is taking a turn, not for the worse, but for the ridiculous. They say they are focused on the issues, though.
With early voting going on here and in other states, both President Obama and Mitt Romney are holding a number of rallies. Events are scheduled in Iowa and Nevada today. Yesterday, Governor Susana Martinez was with the Republican presidential nominee campaigning for Romney in the swing state of Colorado.
And as governor of Massachusetts, he turned a budget deficit into a rainy day fund. And he did it with a legislature that was 87% Democrat. Now that's something I can really appreciate.
At yesterday's event, the governor spoke before Romney took the stage, discussing Monday night's debate and why she thinks Romney is a better choice. Governor Martinez will be back in New Mexico today. Former New Mexico governor and Libertarian presidential nominee Gary Johnson finally got his chance to debate in a third-party debate on C-SPAN last night. He and candidates from the Green, Constitution, and Justice parties answered questions about the economy and other issues. Now, if you want to see it, we have it on our website at KRQE.com. And you see this video right here. Johnson is also getting a lot of attention online because of this YouTube video of him crowd surfing at a town hall meeting in Salt Lake City 2 weeks ago. This video has more than 37,000 viewers.
When state legislators go back to the Roundhouse in January, they're going to have a bigger challenge with PARA than originally thought. That's because the head of the pension plan for tens of thousands of public workers here in New Mexico now says it is $6.2 billion short. That's $1 billion more than just a year ago.
The increase was driven primarily, Mr. Chairman, by poor investment performance.
So now PARA's board plans to make up that money by not giving a cost of living increase and making workers pay more into their pensions. And besides this, pension plan for public school workers is also $6 billion short. We all know that aviation, very big deal here in New Mexico. In fact, it's so big that it brings in almost $800 million for the state's economy every single year.
And today, the industry's leaders are going to be talking about how to make that number even bigger and bring in even more jobs here. Our News 13's David Romero is live at the Sunport, where that meeting is set to start in just a few hours. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Elizabeth. Well, reps from major airlines, the military, and some Fortune 100 companies will all be meeting here today to discuss bringing more jobs to the state. It's all going to be in a roundtable discussion.
I think we're looking really well. I think we have a strong future here in aviation aerospace in New Mexico.
Right now, there are nearly 49,000 aviation and aerospace related jobs in the state. Those workers earn a combined $1.3 billion. Aviation leaders say that number could jump by more than $1 billion.
We believe with some of the companies that are coming in and then some that we're presently recruiting, we feel that we'll increase that payroll.
From pilots to mechanics and various other airport jobs, industry execs say with some of those skilled workers retiring, it's not only vital to educate new workers to take their place, but add new jobs as well. A major source that employers want to tap into are skilled military veterans.
They're a perfect fit to come and work in the aviation world from those skill sets. Here in New Mexico, we've got 3 main bases for the Air Force: Kirtland, Cannon Air Force Base, and Holloman Air Force Base, that are on the leading edge of the future technologies for aviation.
With 21 charter flight companies, 61 public use airports, and 8 flight schools operating in the state, they say New Mexico is the right place, and this is the right time.
We can creatively grow and foster our young folks moving forward in aviation aerospace careers.
And that roundtable discussion meeting will take place this morning from 8 to 10 in one of the conference rooms here at the Sunport. Elizabeth, back to you.
Okay, David, thank you. Representatives from the New Mexico Aviation Aerospace Association say that Virgin Galactic is also expected to be on hand for the meeting to give an update on the work at Spaceport America, as well as an update on the flights that are scheduled to start late next year.